So when it comes to wild and crazy rideshare stories, feel free to send me your story. I might make a video on it. This particular one is called The Illegal. People don't realize, but when there is traffic or driving law that affects Uber rides, it is ultimately up to the driver to enforce it. If passengers request a driver to do something that's illegal, there are no police on the scene. There is one from Uber shaking a finger and saying, no, 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 that's not allowed. All of that falls to the driver. Bless you, excuse me. So one Friday night, I was out driving and picking up college kids from the local bars and transporting them to other local bars. I got a ping, and when I arrived at the pickup location, 4 drunk college kids got in. They closed the doors, and I thought we were on our way. So I started the trip on the app and pulled out of the parking space. The minute the car was in motion, one of the kids shouted, "Wait, stop!" So I stopped, and suddenly one of the back doors flung open and another kid piled in. Since I wasn't drunk though, I immediately knew that was too many kids in the back seat. I'm allowed by state law to drive 4 passengers and no more. And my state takes that law very seriously. In fact, they have cops staking out the local bars looking for this specific violation. I told the college kids that one of them or all of them have to get out. I was adamant and firm in my resolution not to break this particular law. The penalties are really stiff and not something I need on my driving record. The kid in the front seat said, "Oh, come on, man, we're just going a few blocks and no cops will see us." I said, "No." He pleaded more. "Please just take us, we're almost there." I felt like saying, if we're almost there, why don't you just walk? But I remember I had started the trip, which means they would now have the ability to rate me. Once a driver indicates the app that the trip has begun, the passenger will always have the ability to rate the driver. If I hadn't pushed the start trip button in the driver app, they couldn't have left a rating and I would have kicked them all out of the spot. But knowing they could rate me now, I wanted to try to handle it in the most diplomatic way possible so they wouldn't have additional reasons to give me a 1-star rating, sadly. Finally, the kid in the front seat made his best offer. He said, "If you take us, I'll give you a really big tip." To which I replied, "How are you going to give a big enough tip to compensate me in case a cop pulls us over and gives me a ticket for this, which would then lead me to being deactivated by Uber for at least the next 3 years until this violation expires from my record? And how are you going to give me a big enough tip to compensate me for a higher insurance rate? So I'll have to pay for the next few years as a result of the ticket." With that, he realized I wasn't going to change my mind, so he motioned for his buddies to get out. Phew! That ended relatively drama-free. But a few minutes later, I got a notice on the Uber driver app telling me someone had complained that I had acted in an unprofessional manner. Upon checking my rating, I had sure enough gone down by the exact amount it would have gone down if someone had left me a 1-star. I tried to contact Uber to let them know the reason they gave me a 1-star is because I wouldn't break the law for them. Uber, as usual, didn't care. How's that? There's always a cost to the driver for crazy stories. So true. Share yours below. Thank you.